So question number 6 then. It says an algorithm is required to help scientists monitor the level of pollution in a river. They take 4 readings of the level of pollution in the river and then use a computer system to analyze the data. The value of each reading will be an integer from 1 to 10. So we don't have to worry about errors, we don't have to worry about characters being entered or anything like that. The algorithm should accept an input of each reading, output the total numbers entered, or total of all the numbers entered, sorry, output the mean of all the numbers entered, output the largest number, and output the smallest number. Now, an example of the input and output is shown below. Write an algorithm that to meet the needs of your requirement. So I'm going to start off like they have in their previous algorithms. If I go up, they declare their variables at the starting point. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to say total is integer. Now, don't be caught out by this one. Mean is real, as it could be a floating point number, it could be a decimal. Largest is integer, as again, we're taking integers in as values. We don't need to worry about decimal places for our largest or smallest. I'm going to say smallest is integer. Now, realistically, I need to set them all to 0 to start with. So total equals 0. I'm going to say mean equals 0. Largest equals 0 and smallest equals 0. So I've set them up and declared them and given their values. I'm then going to need to input my different readings. So what I'm going to do is say simply input 1 equals what is the first input. Oh, sorry, it says enter reading, so I might as well stick with their terminology. So enter reading there. I can do the same thing for 2, 3, and 4. So let's go 2, get rid of that space, 3, and that space there, and 4. So now I hold all 4 readings for the values of the pollution in my main memory. I'm going to say here total equals input 1 plus input 2 plus input 3 plus input 4. Now that gives me my total. I can use my total effectively to create my mean. Mean equals total divided by 4. So that's those 2 first elements put in place. The next 2 are a little bit more difficult because we have to compare the numbers and see which is the largest or smallest. So I'm going to say simply largest equals input 1. I'm going to then say if input 2 is greater than largest, then I'm going to change it. I'm going to indent it so I'm showing this part of the if. I'm going to say largest equals input 2. Now I'm going to do the same thing all the way through for 3, and 4. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. So input 2 to input 3. Input 3 to input 4. And that's 3 and 4. Now what that's going to do is if input 1 was 6, it would say the largest is 6. Is input 2, which is 3, greater than 6? No. Is input 3, which is 2, greater than 6? No. Is input 4 greater than 6? No. And it'll go through and keep the largest as 6. I'm going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to flip it around for smallest. So in here then, I'm going to say smallest is equal to 1. And I'm going to do smallest in all of these areas and then swap the symbols around. With all of that in place then, all I need to do is my outputs. So I'm going to say output and in my output I'm going to say total plus total. Now it's a little bit strange, a little bit difficult because I've got it there for total. So I'm going to change these up a minute to total value. And that way I can clearly show the examiner the difference between what my inputs are, what my variables are, and what my text is. I can also wrap my text in speech marks. But I want to make sure that the examiner is crystal clear as what I'm showing them. Mean, again, total value needs to be total value there, and then everywhere I have total needs to say total value and total value there. Same goes for mean. Sadly, there's no way in Word to simply add in on multiple lines. Largest value, smallest value, smallest value. So I've got all of them now with their values in place. I got largest here, so let's grab this largest value, all the way down using the correct variable name. Smallest value, and then finally mean value as well, because I did that one there. That's in place. So I got output for total, and I need to put in my 4 different outputs then. So I got total value, I then have my mean value. So I am just copying and pasting to put things across, and I'm going to say here mean, and then I'm going to say largest value, largest, and then finally the smallest value, the smallest. That there would work exactly as they anticipate it would work. There are different ways of doing it. You can encompass this into a loop, you could add in functions, you could add in all sorts of different elements. But it just says write an algorithm to meet these requirements. Enter your algorithm into the electronic answer document, which is what we have done. That gives us the ability to answer question 6, giving us the 6 marks. Question 7 and 8 and 9 are all in the Greenfoot language and are already up on YouTube. I will link them all together as one giant playlist. Good luck.